Hello, how are you? This is Eric Pullon, and this is the RALDTR, otherwise known as Rolling a Little Down the Road podcast. I want to say this is going to be the 6th episode, and we are into October. Going to start getting colder here in Vegas pretty soon. Hasn't gotten, this next week it's supposed to dip down into, I think, the 70s and 80s. Lately, it's still been in the 90s, which a lot of you that probably listen to this probably wish you had my weather, because where you're at is probably starting to get cold already. I know in the Midwest, I think sometimes at night it's already down into the 40s and 50s. I wanted to talk this time around before we get through the end of the month and talk to you about the Little People of America organization, otherwise known as LPA, which is what I'm a part of. You may notice my podcast is rolling a little down the road. And the rolling part means I'm in a power chair. I use a power chair. The other part, rolling a little means that I'm little. If I could stand up, I'm only about 4 foot 5 inches tall. I have a form of dwarfism, which I was born with, called achondroplasia, which is the most common form of dwarfism. LPA, Little People of America, which is a national organization, this October, LPA proudly supports Dwarfism Awareness Month. They do this every October, also known as Dwarfism Pride Month, DPM, a time to celebrate the strength, achievements, and identity of the dwarfism community. 2024 is marking a special milestone as we honor what would have been the 100th birthday of our founder, Billy Barty, who was a movie star that founded LPA many years ago. Born on October 25th, 1924, Billy Barty was not only a prolific actor, but also a dedicated advocate for individuals with dwarfism. I actually had the privilege of meeting him many years ago in Cincinnati, Ohio, when I lived in Ohio. His founding of LPA in 1957 created a vital network of support and advocacy, helping thousands of people with dwarfism and their families build a strong community. Barty's contributions extend far beyond entertainment. He worked tirelessly to raise awareness, break barriers, and promote equity for the dwarfism community. This year, LPA highlights the immense pride that comes with being part of this vibrant community. While previous campaigns have focused on building awareness and fostering allyship, we are turning our attention inward, celebrating the richness of our dwarfism identity and the indelible impact of our community has made. From individual successes to collective achievements, we reflect on the challenges and triumphs that define us. Though there is still many things to do, this month serves as a reminder of the resilience that binds our community together. We remain committed to amplifying our voices and pushing forward the protections and recognition that ensure equity for all people diagnosed with dwarfism. So join us in celebrating Dwarfism Pride Month by using the hashtag #DwarfPride, and let's honor Billy Barty's legacy as we continue to advocate, educate, and celebrate our pride. And I'm reading this off of the lpaonline.org site. So again, October is Dwarfism Awareness Month, and it would celebrate Billy Barty's 100th birthday. Now, I was going to talk today about dwarfism, a little bit about it, and also about surgeries. I just talked to Rolling a Little Down the Road podcast is promoting dwarfism. It also promotes a lot of other things. I was going to mention that a lot of people, no matter what type of dwarfism you have, most all dwarfisms come with complications, whether it's pinched nerves, also spinal stenosis, which is a narrowing of the spine, which can also pinch nerves, cause a lot of pain. A lot of people I know that have dwarfism are on pain meds because of just the way they're born. There's no really way to prevent it. I went for many years suffering with pain in my lower back and my legs, numbness in my spine. And finally, when I did have surgery, I'm not going to say it was too late, but the surgeons, which were dwarf specialists, did all they could to correct my issues. And now I get a lot of numbness in my legs, and I can't use my legs like I used to, so I use a power chair to get around. I know a lot of other fellow people with dwarfism through LPA and online that also have to use power chairs that could at once walk like I did. Anyhow, I can say that I started out many years ago, before in my childhood years and on up to my teenage years, being able to walk. My situation started out with numbness, and I don't mean to be morbid about this, but I'm going to say I had numbness in my rectal area, and I know a lot of other people that have had this same issue. It starts with feeling like, basically the best way I know how to put it is you feel like you have a cotton ball stuffed up your butt. Then it sometimes if you let it go or you don't get treatment for it, it goes down into your legs, your lower extremities. I tried different things, from having cortisone shots in my spine to anything to avoid surgery. Doctors were telling me that I don't need surgery. I need to lose weight. I need to work out. Well, sometimes when you're in so much pain, it's very hard to work out. But I did try to do the best I can, or tried to have done the best I could. Finally, later on in my years, getting up into age 40 to 50, I pretty much was having a hard time standing straight up. I'd have to kind of bend over. I had I want to say like a curve when I would stand. I would always have to lean on something. I wouldn't be able to walk very far. I'd have to sit down. And then finally one day in, I'm going to say 2010, 2011, back when I could still drive, I was driving an automobile, and all of a sudden I was getting close to my home location, my apartment, and I all of a sudden felt like from my waist down, I was getting very warm, very tingly. Couldn't really feel my legs, couldn't feel my feet, and which was rough because I was trying to push on the gas pedal, and it was like I just felt like I didn't have any strength in my feet and my legs. So, God willing, I got back to my apartment, started to step out of my vehicle, and I realized if I step down, I'm going to fall. I'm going to go down on my hands. So the best thing I could have done then was call 911, and paramedics came, took me to the hospital. Basically, they did a emergency spine surgery or lumpectomy on me to decompress my spine. They said I had pinched nerves. And then this was in 2011, 2012. And then after that, I was in a wheelchair. But then I would get physical therapy from time to time, and I got to where I was able to stand up at least with a walker. And then there were some other areas. I later saw another dwarf specialist in Chicago, and this dwarf specialist told me that I had some other areas that needed to be probably worked on. And so basically what he was going to do is he was going to go in, and what they did before, he was going to pretty much redo and correct the entire problem, even though I might not walk again. So now pretty much like I said, I use a power chair. I haven't been able to, I do physical therapy. I haven't been able to use my legs much. I do transfers from the bed to the couch to my chair. I will have to say that I'm not really in any pain, although about the only pain that I really ever suffer is neuropathy in my knees, probably above my knee. And it's always my left knee that I suffer from. Gabapentin is a form of medication that helps with that, but mainly helps me sleep at night. Lots of times I have, I guess you might call it restless leg syndrome. Sometimes since my 2 surgeries, I've had jolting in my legs and in my knees, and gabapentin usually solves that and calms the nerves to where I can sleep at night. But anyhow, it's pretty much a little bit of a story about my life. Like I said, most people that I know, there's very few little people. My wife, for one, she has never had to have any surgery on her back or her legs. She's been lucky. And I know of a lot of other little people that have been lucky in that situation and not had to have any surgeries. But all in all, it just some people are, I don't want to say more worse off than others, but probably, and it's not anything that you create to where you, although they did tell me that I was overweight my earlier years and I need to lose weight, but I'm not going to say that that's what's caused me to be like I am. I'm just going to say it's pretty much my anatomy that caused me to be in the situation that I'm in. But anyhow, this is the Rolling a Little Down the Road podcast, and I appreciate you listening. I usually talk a lot about Christianity on here. I decided this time, since it's October and Dwarfism Awareness Month, that I would kind of pause on the Christianity part and talk about dwarfism awareness. My next podcast I do invite you to listen to. I will probably turn more toward prayer and also talk about the Christianity part, which I do have a passion for talking about and for sharing with people out there. I will say, if you'd like to help out my podcast, you can find me on Cash App under the little $ symbol and under the name Eric Pullon, ERIC, P as in Paul, ULLON as in Nancy, just like pull on your shirt. Also, you can go to Members Only Radio Show on PayPal. Find me on PayPal. That's pretty much the two that I'm on that you can help send me a donation or whatever you'd like to help my little ministry here online. Do appreciate you listening in. Thank you so much. And I pray that you have a good week, and ask you to come back here next time for another edition of Rolling a Little Down the Road podcast. I'm Eric Pullon, and God bless till next time.